honor this evening, our second episode, to have with me someone who's truly very, very dear to my heart. Guys, I'm actually letting you in my world. This soul tribe and this channel means so much to me that I could not ask my very, very own sister, Kameelah Benson, to be my special guest tonight. Welcome, Kameelah.
Hello.
World, that is Kameelah Benson, my very own sister-in-law. Kameelah, thank you so much for accepting my invite. It means the world to me.
Thank you for your invite. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I just want you to really be comfortable, be yourself, and guys, I'm going to call her Cammy because that's what we call her. So Cammy, we're just going to go ahead and dive in and get started. One of the reasons why I asked you to be my guest on the show tonight was because your ability to stay connected to people. I mean, Cammy, you have friends from high school, college, adulthood. Does it go further back than that?
Yes, I have a friend from second grade.
From second grade that you're still in contact with right now?
Yes.
Phenomenal. So the reason and the topic for tonight's discussion is, with everything that's happening, we're all being restricted. We're being restricted from one of the basic necessities of life, which is connections and relationships, because we're having the social distance, etc. Cammy, tell us a little bit, myself included, how are you able to keep these friendships and connections before everything going on in the world and now the current situation?
Well, that's hard to answer, but I'm going to try.
Okay.
I think it's a matter of choice, starting with the person that you choose to have the relationship with. I think friendships are as dear or as close or intimate as, relationships with the person that you decide to live your life with. These are people that you decide to share parts of your life with. So when you're choosing them, you should be choosing them wisely.
Wow. That's something important that you just said, Cam. When you said, and I never thought of it this way, when you're choosing a friendship, it's almost like a partnership.
Yes.
A romantic relationship.
Yes.
I never thought of it like that.
Yes, it has a lot to do with trust, Wynette, and love. Because, I don't really trust everybody with everything.
Yes.
I let a person tell me what I can trust them with.
And Tell us more about that. That's awesome.
Seriously, I've met friends at work, and it's very hard to have a friend in a work environment. But when you have a level of trust there, you know what you can trust and what to expect from that person, then there's no disappointment. And then also, people want to be loved. People want to be loved. And if you can love someone, then you can accept their love back.
Wow. Phenomenal. Very well put too. And I genuinely mean this, Cammy. So just really starting with that core foundation of love and being able to give and receive love. Mm-hmm. And that's interesting what you said as far as it sounds like a boundary, understanding friend A may not be able to provide what friend B can provide, but accepting and knowing what they are able to contribute.
Yeah, and knowing what you can contribute to them too. Because remember, it's not just a one-way relationship. It's a relationship. It's two ways. There's another person on the other side. And you have to make sure that you understand who that person is and that they understand who you are.
Wow. Are there any tips to how you can help that understanding occur? I know. I see your faces like, what that? Please just stop right there. But I this is an area where I think I can make improvements. Listen, no one's perfect. We all can make improvements in area, and just being able to make it. Is it something that you do directly, like covertly, or is it something that it just manifests? It just happens where
it
dance.
It just happens. And in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. So in order to be able to receive friendship, you have to give it. And sometimes it's different than others. Sometimes, I mean, I've had people who I met and I didn't like them. I can be petty.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I can be petty. I can start fighting. I do have a reputation in some places, but sometimes that can be overcame. Sometimes you can overcome things like that.
Wow, phenomenal. And then always, one of the challenges that I have a lot of clients say to me when we're talking about friendships, or one of the challenges they're having is relationship challenges with quote unquote friends, is what do you do when one set of friends, or let's say a best friend, for example, may not care for another really close friend, but you're having, for example, one event. How do you manage that?
Easily. That's an easy question.
Tell us, we're listening. Comment below, gang, if you've ever encountered that, viewers.
It's easy because the relationship I have with one person does not interfere with another. Even if we're all in the same room, the relationship I have with person A does not conflict with person B. It doesn't even merge. I mean, we all can be friends. We all could have met at the same time. It's just that what me and person A have has nothing to do with me and person B.
And how do you create those boundaries? Like,
it's easy. Like you don't entertain when person A is talking about person B. You give them a chance to air out whatever their differences are, because people fight. I mean, how often do you have a fight with the person that you love? How often do you have a disagreement with your boss at work?
Wow.
But people fight, and at the end of a fight and at the end of a disagreement, there's always a solution. And sometimes the solution is that we shouldn't be friends. But sometimes the solution is whatever it is resolved, and then you go about your relationship.
Wow. I tell you make it sound so easy. I wish that I can mature to that place, because I do think it's a level of maturity and understanding too. So Kimmy, what are you doing now with the whole everything that's going on, the restrictions that we have, social distancing? How are you keeping in contact with them? And if you could help the viewers as far as like what's the best ways to maintain those relationships given many of the restraints and need to stay safe?
Mostly it's just, at the beginning of the whole thing, we did Zoom parties and we did things like that. But sometimes planning those things could be a little bit, too much. People have things to do and people have their lives and their families. So one of the things, one group of friends and I do is we have a WhatsApp chat. So what we do is we just chat. I usually say whatever I have to say on the way to work, and I listen to what they're saying to me on my way to work, and I'm able to, just talk about whatever's going on or whatever random thing is going on in the news or whatever like that. We're able to have that conversation individually, but together.
Wow, nice. I just realized even with WhatsApp, you don't even have to type. You can actually press that
and then speak, and you can do that on your way to work. The wrong way we did it, but that's okay.
Wow, I like that. That sounds like a great suggestion to me. Viewers, if you think that that's something that you can use, definitely please so Cammie knows how much you appreciate that. Really good stuff, Kameelah. And I'm going to let you tell the viewers more about what you do for a living, but you just shared with me you're a family service counselor. And being in that role, one of the things that I find so commendable is you're in touch with death on a day-to-day basis. And even being in that situation, you're still able, Cammie, to be positive. You're transitioning to the matriarch of the family. Thanksgiving shout out was then just also Mama Anna too. I'm pretty sure you don't share with me as much, but I know that you're there for her and your side of the family. I have a ton of sisters and brothers, guys. I only had one brother before, now I got a ton with Kamie being in the family. Huge shout out to the family. That's so important. But getting back focused here, as a family service counselor, tell us a little bit about what you do. One answer, right? And then the other is, I would love to hear, how are you able, with that being your daily profession, to still stay upbeat, optimistic? Don't let it depress you. Don't let it bring you down, especially now in this current environment we're in.
So I'm a family service counselor. I work at a cemetery. I work at Kameelah Benson, Southern Memorial Park, Bay Memorial Park Cemeteries. And I've been doing this for about 13 years. I help families pre-plan services, and I also help families at the time of death plan for a funeral and burial service. I started working here back in 2009, 2008, and I didn't think that I would be able to do this job. I didn't want to do it. It's just that the circumstance of the economy then, this was the only opportunity that I had.
And I'm curious to know, 13 years, Kamie, do you think somehow that was a calling that you weren't even aware of? Just gonna see that for a moment.
When at my very first burial, the woman was 103 years old.
Wow.
She had generations of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. There was even a new baby that was a part of a new generation that she got to meet before she left. And her service was very small and intimate with her family, but it was something that she had pre-planned to be next to her husband, and it was beautiful. I thought I would cry every day at work because I'm a softie, you know? I thought I would cry every day at work, but I never experienced anything like that before. And I think that was God letting me know that I can do this job, that I will be able to help people, because that's how I see my job. I see myself helping people. Nobody wants to come and see me. I am the last person that anybody wants to come and see professionally. And for some reason, I'm able to do it with grace. I'm just thankful for God that, I'm able to help people when they need help.
Wow. And I think thank you, Kamie. That says so much about your character as well, that you've been able to be there 13 years. And listen, you are so humble that I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. You do well there. You've been very successful in your career. How are you able to come home to your little daughter and your husband and still take care of business as a wife, as a mother?
Well, I always tell people how I feel about them. I'm always saying I love you, and I mean it when I say it. And if I ever tell you I love you, like I do Wynette, I love you, and I appreciate your presence in my life. I appreciate life so much now than I ever had before, because you don't know when it's going to be your time to go home. And I've seen families that have left stuff on the table with regret, and I don't want that kind of regret. I want my daughter to know that I love her and everything I do is for her. I want my husband to know that I love him and that he is the love of my life, and I am grateful for every day he has given me with him. I want my mom to know that I appreciate everything that she did, that she worked hard, and everything that she's doing for me and my siblings and my child. I want your mom, my other mom, to know that I appreciate everything she's done for me since I met her 24 years ago. She's been like a mother to me, hovering over me, protecting me, taking care of me. And I also want my friends to know that I love them. I tell my friends all the time I love them. I tell them why I love them and why I appreciate them. It's just knowing how precious life is, I guess. It just helps me be me.
Wow. You said a mouthful, Kameelah, and I just want to reemphasize and not move too fast and say I love you too, sis. and I think that's so phenomenal, and that's important us the importance of really allowing yourself to be vulnerable and share how you feel with those that are special to you, friends, family, everyone that we come in contact with, especially now. Kamee, that's so awesome. Oh, I feel that. Okay, no crying, no crying. I'm just kidding here. That's a joke. Have fun, relax, breathe. You know, as we wrap up, and again, I say thank you so much. Can you share with the viewers? I think you've hit it on the head, and I just want to make sure that we don't miss anything. The importance of appreciating others. Do you have any other tips, Kamee, that you can give to those who have felt led to be a part of this soul tribe in regards to remaining hopeful, maintaining connections during these unusual times?
The only thing I could say is check on the people who love you. Check on the people you love. You know, I know we can't go and visit like we used to, but you can always pick up the phone. A like on Facebook is not the same thing as picking up the phone and saying hello. A comment on Facebook or Instagram is not the same thing as reaching out to somebody and letting them know that you're thinking about them. Not that you came across their post, but that you're
better say it. Wow. Thank you so much.